this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run here with Blake Corum. He picks up 5 on that first down run, brings up second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Set, go.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Looking at time for Terrence Ferguson. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
5-9.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. Well, not surprising that his reputation preceded him here, Brock. They got double coverage on him to try and slow him down.
Yeah, that's what you get. When you're this good and you're this talented, you're going to get the attention, especially early in the game. Now, what kind of adjustments can he make offensively?
On 4th down, here's Herbert. He's got his man. This is Austin. He goes the distance. Touchdown, L.A. The Rams take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Harrison Mevis on to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams will jump back to a 7-0 lead. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. And that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense now behind the chains. That's exactly how you're looking to start.
Hopefully not a sign of how this game is going to go as they step up for 2nd and long. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. All right, they bought him a little room. That run good for 6 on 2nd down. Looking quickly here.
The 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 11.
force fourth down. And we talked about it earlier. Brought a losing streak into the building with them. That is not a good start towards breaking that streak as they go 3 and out.
No, you want to bust that narrative, and the best way to do that is to start fast, and, well, once again, they're not.
And this one's kicked up towards the clouds. Wow! And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Carllon. Tackle made right around the 26. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Rams have the 1st down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Give to Carllon from the gun. He dodged the tackle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a 1st down, that's a bonus.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Pickens motioning left. They go play action. Here's Herbert. He's trying to push the field. Well, they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that 1st down throw. Swatted away by the defense.
Listen, this guy's reputation certainly precedes him in any game he's on the field, but it doesn't always keep QBs away from challenging him, especially early. But you know what will deter quarterbacks? Results, and those are the results he's looking for.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Herbert from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be touched down right at the line, so no gain on the play.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
The Ravens bringing out an extra defensive back on this 3rd down play. They'll throw 3rd and long. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Nevis with a point after. And the Rams drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Pass brought in by Teterola McMillan. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. How about a big hitter? 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Lamar out of the pistol. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Rams' 32-yard line.
He's got it in the red zone. Has room into the secondary. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out. So they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Flushed out of the pocket. Complete out to the right. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Set. Go.
From the gun, a carry by Carllon. Looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up 3rd down. Working quickly here.
43-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Got a man, that's Nakua. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. We'll be back to Baltimore in just a bit. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
So many of these NFL facilities we travel around and we see signage all over the place. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's about protecting it offensively, and it's about doing just that, taking it away defensively.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. Up to the races, middle of the field. Hits the 20. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception
celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen, and they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Now hold on a second. We've got a Raven hurting pretty good out there. They're going to head out to look at him. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. This is complete to Ferguson out left. Big man's showing up the yards. And he's out of bounds. But what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Play action now for Herbert. Gets this one to Blake Corum. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. From the pistol, here's Corum. Caught behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Go.
3rd and long for him here. He's got it. Complete to Pickett. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Set.
Corum straight ahead. A lot of traffic up the middle there, and he's bounced outside, nabs him 7.
Go.
Offense up to the line fast. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. He finds his back. It's Corum. And that is a Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Blake Corum touchdown. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 14.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. Here's Carllon Wallace on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Flying down the middle of Henry. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Lamar now from the gun. The left side cut by Andrews. And that will not be enough for a first down. Offense in a hurry up here.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. This does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Herbert quick out wide, complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
From the red zone on 1st. Completes it again to Pickens. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now a stoppage for an injured player. Oh, that's their playmaker, George Pickens, who's shaken up. Significant loss for their offense if this is serious. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Corum. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Rams take a 13-point lead. It's a Blake Corum touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams double their lead to 14. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Wallace with a return here. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
At their own 19-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Stay with us. More of the NFL on EA Sports coming up.
Yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So still 10 to go on 2nd from the 33-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
Jackson now on third. He's throwing deep to the left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Forced out to him, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, in a massive sack on 1st down. Well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
Herbert from the gun. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Offense to the line fast.
22 yards. That's good for a Rams first down.
1st and 10, Herbert. Austin makes the grab downfield. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Give him 24 yards on that one. And the Rams have the 1st down.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
New set of downs from 37. Throwing on 1st is Herbert. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Nevis with a point after. And the Rams stretch their lead to 21.
Ravens 14.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. Wallace with a return here. He's got a lane up past the 30. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Blitz coming here. Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. Mitchell a 1st down and more. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That one hits for 30. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First down, here's Lamar. He gets it again to Mitchell. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And that makes it second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
Lamar throwing again. Bails out of the pocket quick. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens chop some of the lead off before the half. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens get it back to a 14-point game.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Buying some time right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Oh, Herbert lost the football. And the offense gets it back, but of little consequence here. We've reached halftime in this one. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Wallace with a return here. He's got a lane up past the 30. Great vision, gets him across midfield. Into the red zone. Touchdown! He takes the kick all the way back for 6. This half is off to an excellent start, Brock. Hopefully it's an indicator of the type of action we're going to see through to the end of this one.
Dude, these guys just come out of the locker room, Kate, and it's offense and it's defense and it's our scripts, but those special teams guys come out wanting to be special, and he was.
Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Ravens 28. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Nicole Hardman now on the return. And he'll be just shy of getting to at least the 20. Bit of a short return as he's out at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Short pass brought in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
It's a gain of 7.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Slot man motioned over. Herbert now. left side. The 30. Gets the 10. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams grow the lead coming out of halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Rams double their lead to 14. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. A gain of 26 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. And dose of the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Pistol snap to Jackson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. From the pistol, Henry. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
Well, when a defender can get his hand on a pass in any way, good things usually happen.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. Lamar out of the pistol. Complete out to the right side. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the 2nd half with some needed points. Here's Luke for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Ravens 35. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fields this one at the 3. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Corum to begin the drive. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Setting up the screen here for Corum. Down the sideline inside the 40. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Herbert on first down. Connecting on the slant. Great coverage all the way to the sideline. They're on him to end that quick pass before he can get vertical.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Back to the line they come, second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. Space on the right. He's got room. And he brings this one back. Touchdown, Baltimore, off the pick six.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception, already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
The extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens tie this game up.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. First and 10. A give to Corum. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Corum again. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Herbert back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Terrence Ferguson, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Oof, best of luck here, guys. It's 4th and pretty far. Looking to throw. He throws a bullet to the center. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams take a lead just before the end of the third. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. Levis with a point after. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 42.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Downfield to DK. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
41-yard line.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. So first down from the 41. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Offense in the hurry up here.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Rams' 27-yard line.
Jackson yet again. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens now trail by just a point in the 4th.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens bring it back to even.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Hardman with a return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10. The give up the middle to Carllon. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Working quickly here. Second down run by Carllon. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. On third down, Herbert. Got a man, that's Nakua. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Rams have the first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
So it's second and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. On the handoff, it's Carllon. Hits some space around midfield. Has a hole left, room to run. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams take a fourth-quarter lead. It's a Blake Corum touchdown. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 49.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up first and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on second down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Back to throw it. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Kate, as soon as this quarterback broke containment, I know your eyes and my eyes went the same place. Can you find a big play down the field? Unfortunately, there was not one to be had.
4th and forever coming up. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
They're going to run on first down with Carllon. And that's a key stop defensively, Brock. But any more of those as they trail by a score.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Open ahead in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Hits him on the out route. And the defense gets the stop to deny that first down, but still a very good gain. They picked up 12, 3rd and short. A pause now, medical staff headed out. This is Puka Nacua who's in some discomfort. They're going to take a look. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now the run with Carllon. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right, they love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First down, and they go right back to it. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Rams go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Blake Corum touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Levis with a point after. And the Rams double their lead to 14.
63. Ravens 49.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Andrews has it, working downfield. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Jackson to throw it. On the move, headed right. Brought in right side by McMillan. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
That's complete. Dialing up McMillan again. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now within 1 score in the 4th. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives them 10 on the season.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
To throw. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
Rams 63, Ravens 55.
So exactly a minute and a half left on the clock as they try to get this ball back. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Rams make the recovery. Needed to try it. We all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. They run, it's Carllon. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Rams.
First down now, ball at the 33. They'll stick with Carllon. Room to run inside the 20. And he has it all the way down to the 8. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas. And you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
First and goal, Carllon. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on first and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Carllon. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Rams have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. It's a Blake Carllon touchdown. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Rams lead by 15 now.
Ravens 55.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He rolls to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Now here's Lamar. Setting up the running back screen. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. Down 2 scores, no timeouts remaining. Long odds ahead of him. It's 1st and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Headed out right. He's keeping it. They're across the 40. Nice run here. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
That's McMillan with the catch out left. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate and turns into a nice gain.
Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
Here's Lamar. Chased out to his right. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
I can pretty much guarantee you, Kate, the minute that quarterback left the pocket, that D coordinator started to hold his breath. It is so hard when you play a dual-threat QB out on the run in space, especially down here in the red zone, but the defense rises to the occasion.
Looking to throw it. And all right, it's a touchdown in the final moments, so win still very unlikely, but a sliver of hope now after that play. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist, and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Ooh, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Rams get on top of the kick, and that should ice this game away.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Design quarterback run here. So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. Brock, I know you know this firsthand. All the way across the country. Feels like you're playing in the morning. You played in a lot of these. That is not an easy thing to do, what they just did.
And you know what, Kate? You look back, even like the Niners of the 80s, those really good teams, they struggled in these 10 a.m. kickoffs on their body clock. You know who changed it? Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom said enough's enough. If you're good enough and we build up enough talent, we can also end this mystique or this problem of that early kick.
So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA.